So I thought I'd make a video on how I package bulk hard drives for shipping. And these are a bunch of 3.5-inch drives that I sold recently. I don't have fancy hard drive shipping crates, so I have a creative solution here, but it's going to take some time. So I like to use this pink anti-static bubble wrap. And what I will do is I will put the hard drive top down on top of the square foot of it, and then fold over the two flaps like this. And I won't be able to do it with one hand, but basically I will pull this tightly together and I'll tape over the seam right here. And you just leave the flaps loose, it's not that big of a deal. But I got 40 of those to go through, and this is a pile of bubble wrap for this process. Alright, so as you can see, I have all the hard drives now wrapped up in a single square foot of anti-static bubble wrap. And I have these conveniently in stacks of 5. Now in the past, what I used to do was I'd actually wrap these up in bundles of 5. But I've started doing bundles of 10 just because it's a little bit better density, and especially with dimensional weight price increases for shipping, I find that bundles of 10 is just fine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wrap bundles of 10 in 2 layers of this 1/2-inch U-line industrial bubble wrap, and we'll go to the next step. Alright, so now you see 4 bundles, and there's 10 drives in each one of those. So the reason I'm wrapping these only with 2 layers of bubble wrap around each side is because the next step is these are going to be put together in bundles together. I have 2 sets of bundles, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to overwrap these externally with 2 more layers of bubble wrap. The reasoning behind this is, so there's 2 layers of bubble wrap here, and then there's 2 layers of bubble wrap down here. Well, you get your 4 layers between the two, and you stack them like this, giving you 2 inches of protection in the middle. You'll essentially get 2 inches of protection around the sides after it's all said and done as well. And the reason you want to make them into these smaller bundles like this is because they're easier to manage and easier to wrap. So wrapping 10 in a row like this can be somewhat tricky, but once you got it all taped together and everything, it's a fairly solid cluster. So yeah, I'm going to do the next step, and I'm going to wrap the bundles with more bubble wrap. Well, so you think we'd be done wrapping, but we're not. Next step is wrap these in pallet wrap, and what that's going to do is it's going to hold everything together nice and tight and prevent any damage. So that's the next step. So they're all wrapped up now, and we're going to need a box that's probably a little bigger than I thought. 15 by 15 by 20. Now, due to the weight of this, it's either going to need to be a double wall box or a box that's been doubled up. So we'll see what I can come up with. Alright, well, I found a box, and I did a little creative cutting. So these are a pair of 16-inch cube boxes stuffed inside of each other, but I cut the flaps down on one side of each box down to half its original height, so I would get a 20-inch box top to bottom once I stuff them inside of each other. After the slight packaging bulge and everything else, it'll probably actually be 21, but that's close enough. Just don't want to pay for a ton of dimensional weights, so when you can get the box down to the right size, that's ideal. So we're going to shove these in here. And as you'll see, almost perfect on the height. But I have some voids to fill. It doesn't fit tightly this way, so I think I'm going to use the scrap cardboard I have to make this side more snug. And then I don't know for certain, but I have this old foam. It's not going to be thick enough, so I'm probably going to see if I can find some foam to void fill that edge, and then packing peanuts as well. Oh, well, there it is. I That is one densely packed heavy box. So it's a total of 43.5-inch hard drives in here. And all packed, said and done, the box is 16 by 16 by 21 and weighs 53 pounds. And I gave it the old shake test, but a lot of old man noises came out of the box, although they might have came out of me. But yeah, you will notice I did take care to tape over the flaps from putting the boxes inside of each other. And then around all four sides of the top, I taped over the corner. Also, for these bigger, heavier boxes, I like to be extra safe. I will tape the box seam on the box as well. But yeah, this is ready to go, and hopefully everything goes well. Basically, with the hard drives that are in here, everything's surrounded in 2 inches of bubble wrap in every dimension. So 2 inches this way, 2 inches this way, 2 inches this way, this way, this way, and then down the middle. So should be pretty good. Really, as long as the carrier doesn't do anything too stupid to the box, should be no problems, because they're literally suspended in clusters in kind of the middle. But I don't know. Hopefully that's helpful, and thanks for watching.